So what is CMA Fastlane? Within CMA, Fastlane is simply the designation given to the segment and the members of CMA who focus primarily on the non-conventional segments of motorcycling: sport bikes, dual sports, adventure touring, motocross, ATVs, etc. Fastlane is not a separate branch of CMA. Fastlane is CMA, just as cruisers, touring bikes, and trikes are all a part of the ministry called CMA. What is a CMA Fastlane chapter? A Fastlane chapter is simply a chapter whose focus is on the types of motorcycles and riders that fall under the Fastlane banner: sport bikes, dual sports, etc. Just like any other CMA chapter, a Fastlane chapter should always strive to incorporate the four elements of a successful chapter: prayer, fellowship, evangelism, and discipleship. No CMA chapter, regardless of what their focus is, will be successful without prayer. No CMA chapter, regardless of their focus, will be successful without fellowship and fun. Every CMA chapter and every Christian should be involved in some form of evangelism, and every Christian and every CMA chapter should be willing to help disciple and grow new and other less mature believers. For more information on the importance of incorporating prayer, fellowship, evangelism, and discipleship in a CMA chapter, please watch the Four Elements of a Successful Chapter DVD. As we consider what a CMA Fastlane chapter is, there are some things we need to remember. Anyone riding anything, or not riding at all, is welcome to be an active part of a Fastlane chapter. Although we do have chapters that focus on the Fastlane segments of the motorcycling community, you do not have to be a part of a Fastlane chapter to be an active participant of the Fastlane activities within CMA. Just as you do not have to be involved in the Fastlane segments of CMA to join a CMA Fastlane chapter. You do not have to ride a Fastlane style motorcycle to be used in ministry to those who do. A few years ago, I went to the Daytona rally, and one night I was invited to go with some of the Fastlane guys to a gas station where hundreds of sport bikers gathered and hung out late into the night. Perhaps I should say early into the morning. I almost didn't go for two reasons. First, I'm too old to stay up until 3 a.m. And second, I was riding a Gold Wing, not normally a bike that inspires someone riding a tricked out Hayabusa, but I went anyway. So we're all standing around talking. I'm drinking a Coke and it's about midnight. There weren't a lot of patched groups there, but there were a few. There was one particular sport bike club. I can't mention the name, but there were quite a few of them. Apparently, based on their name and their patch, something painful had to happen to you in order to qualify for membership. So about an hour after we get there, the president of that particular club walks over and starts talking to me about the Gold Wing. The conversation went something like this. He said, "So, do you like the wing?" I said, "Yeah, it's okay, but it wouldn't compare to your Hayabusa." He said in a quiet, almost whisper, "Look, man, I'm getting older. I want something that I can ride and not draw so much attention to myself and not have to lay down everywhere I go." We both laughed and we talked on for the next 30 minutes about motorcycles, CMA, his club, and of course God. Now I'll agree that what you ride can open doors, but all you really need in order for God to use you is a willingness to be used and a willingness to go. Okay, let's talk about what you can do to establish CMA Fastlane in your area. There are really two options when thinking about establishing CMA Fastlane activities and ministry in a specific area. If there is an existing chapter, perhaps the best option is for the members of that chapter to embrace the Fastlane segment of the local motorcycling community. Start looking for ways to get involved in local Fastlane style activities and encourage the chapter's members to support the effort. What could be better than a chapter that simply incorporates Fastlane into their ongoing ministry and other activities? Of course, if there's not an existing chapter, or if Fastlane just isn't a good fit for the local chapter, we're always open to the possibility of establishing a new chapter with the focus on Fastlane specific segments and activities. Talk to your state leadership. They'll be happy to help you. If starting a new chapter is the best option, the process isn't really any different than starting what would be referred to as a conventional CMA chapter. Contact your local, state, or national officer and let them know what you want to do. After that, go places where motorcyclists are and just start talking to people. As you meet people who seem interested, collect their names and contact info and tell them you'll be in touch. If they're willing, It's better to have them give you their contact info rather than give them yours and trust they'll get in touch. Look for ways to make the local motorcycling community aware that you are trying to establish a CMA Fastlane chapter in the area. As you talk to people and advertise your intentions, be sure and let it be known which segment you're focusing on, sport bikes, dual sports, whatever. But make sure people know that anyone is welcome to be a part, no matter what they ride. CMA National has some downloadable posters and other items available to help you with this, but the best method is just get out and talk to people. As you talk to people and collect their names and contact info, it's important to keep in mind that many of the people you meet won't be interested in ministry. They may simply want to be involved for the fun and fellowship. That's fine, and you should make sure those people know they are welcome and we want them to be a part. Don't run them off by saying, if you're not interested in ministry, this isn't the place for you. Most people join CMA initially for the fun and the fellowship, not for the ministry. It's a good idea to communicate with the people whose names you have collected from time to time until you have enough interest to set up an informational meeting. This will keep them interested and perhaps they can give you additional names. In fact, it's a good idea to ask them to do just that. When you have enough interested people, contact your appropriate state or national representative and plan a gathering, a meeting. Your state and national representatives will be happy to help you move forward from there. It's what we do. It's also very important that you understand it is critical that you work with and be in harmony with other CMA members and chapters in your area. We're all in this together. You need them and they need you. Remember Romans 12:18. As far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. For more information on starting a chapter, please watch the Forming Chapter Process and Chapters Are the Lifeblood of CMA DVDs. CMA is a ministry to motorcyclists of all kinds, from all walks of life, from the hardcore biker to the motocross racer, on road or off, for fun or for full-blown competition. CMA is an organization where you can find a place to fit in and a place to minister. Thank you for taking the time to watch this DVD. Fastlane is a very important part of the ministry of CMA. And remember, just like everything else in the Christian Motorcyclist Association, it's all about Jesus.